So today's video we are going to be talking about my orchid collection. I have quite a few orchids now, considering back in the day I had a lot then, but even more so now. So I haven't done an update on my orchid collection in quite some time, and so I wanted to show you what I have. Pretty much everything is new here except for one orchid, which I have had for the past 5 years. So let's jump right in. All right, I'm going to show you the big girls first. So we're going to start with our phals. So I have all my phals or Phalaenopsis orchids right here. So let's jump in with this one in the back. I will try to put the names on the screen so you guys can know what they are specifically. But this one is a Phalaenopsis Spelena Corolla or Corolla. I'm not really sure how to say that, but it does produce those type of blue flowers that a lot of people like. Very popular orchid. From there we have a Phalaenopsis LD's Bird King, which produces an orange flower, I believe, and it has a citrus scent. This is a very big one, and it has 2 spikes. All right, next, this one is one that I purchased off eBay, so I'm not super sure what it is. I think it's a type of Biolacia, but this is it. I thought I was going to lose this one at one point, but it has rebounded nicely, and we have a new leaf coming in right there. Here we have a Phalaenopsis Biolacia Indigo. So she's a nice large one. Got some new roots coming in right there. The purple roots, yes. And a new leaf. She does not have a spike, I don't believe, at this time. Yeah, no spike. Right next to her, if I can get it out safely. Ooh, okay. We have a Phalaenopsis Biolacia Malaysia. And she is in spike. You can see that. And she also started growing a keiki. You guys see that that leaf off to the side? Yeah, she started growing a keiki for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but she seems to still be doing okay. You know, usually you see keikis when they're going out of here, but she seems to be still doing well, so I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. All right, behind that, this is a mini phal that I purchased from Lowe's. Most of my plants, you guys, are either from Hauserman's Orchids or they were purchases off of eBay. So I may not say where I got all of them from, but that's where most of them are from. They're from Hauserman's or eBay. But this one in particular is a no ID, and it's from Lowe's, and it's a mini phal, and it's in spike. And I believe the flowers are purple. I can't really remember what color they are, but I believe they're purple. All right, from there we have some on this tray. This is a Phalaenopsis florin. Let's see, oh, focus. Fluorescensis. And she's a little one. Sorry, I'm trying to get the best angle here. I may not be able to pick all those up. They're very tight in here. All right, this one is a Phalaenopsis Spelena pumpkin, and she's a baby, so she will not have any flowers for probably another 4 years. Here is another baby. This is a Sideria japonica. It's a little bit. She's doing okay. And then I have another little bit. This is a Biolacia alba, so she will have the white flowers. And again, we'll probably see flowers in about 5 years. So we're in it for the long haul with that one. Back here in the back, we have a Phalaenopsis. She is doing good. She's doing good, y'all. I had some struggles. Actually, I had a struggle with all my orchids, to be honest, because one, they weren't getting the proper lighting, and then two, they weren't getting enough water. And so I had to change my whole setup with those. But now we're on a good track with everything. And I'll kind of show you my setup in a moment. Right here, we have a, what's the name of this thing? I don't even know if I have my little card in there. Oh, it's way down here. A Schilleriana. Yes, a Schilleriana. Was not in the best condition when I got her, but she is firming up leaf-wise, and this is the newest leaf that came in. It's a lot smaller than the previous leaves, but she's getting there. I definitely need to repot her into something more moisture retentive because she's struggling in the bark. So, but that'll be for another video. Here is another, I believe it's a no ID, yeah, a no ID mini phal, which is getting kind of big in my opinion, but that's how she looks with a new leaf. And then here I have a Phalaenopsis. Let me let you read the card. It's actually a cross. So it's a Phalaenopsis alfina with pink leopard, which is a Biolacia and a Finlea, or Finlei. Not really sure how to say that. This one has spike. No, when I bought it, it was in spike, and it produces a lovely, lovely flower. It has hints of purple in it, little purple dots. It's very pretty. And then here's another no ID mini phal right here, and she has a new leaf opening up, as you can see. And those are all my phals. Okay, so other than the phals, I have some Oncidium orchids over here. These two are actually from the same plant. So they used to be combined into one plant. I split them, and now I have two of them. And it's an Oncidium Heaven Sent Sweet Baby. I wasn't sure if they were going to survive the split, but they did, and they both have two new growths. So we have a growth here and here on that one, and then on this one, this is a new growth, and then this back here is a new growth. So they are doing really well. And then as we progress down, these are all my Twinkles. So I have the yellow variety, the pink variety, the white variety. I think two of them are the same, to be honest. And then this is a Wilsonara. Can you see that? Yeah. Space Mine, Red Radiant, no, Red Rendezvous, excuse me. This produces a spray of red flowers, and it's so beautiful. If you've ever seen one, if I can find a picture, I may insert it, but this is a young plant, so I probably won't see those flowers for some time, but very, very beautiful orchid when it's in flower. And these two containers here are my Tolumnias, which I have a bunch of. I went a little crazy buying Tolumnias last summer, and so this is all of them. Several of them, if not all, are, no, just a few of them actually. Some of them are from Hauserman's, and then the other ones I think I purchased off of eBay. But yeah, went a little crazy. Probably shouldn't have bought as many as I did. However, I may end up selling some. I do need to rehab them a little bit because I still have some of them in their original nursery pot. And so this bark, I'm not sure how old it is. I don't know. But I feel like they would do a lot better in sphagnum moss. So I'm thinking about putting all of these that are not in sphagnum moss into moss and rerooting them that way, because there are a lot of dead leaves. I mean not leaves, but dead roots. I mean, you can see here is these are nothing. I mean, they really need to be chopped and just rerooted. The leaves are still, you know, doing well, but there needs to be a lot of work done there. So here's some more. Now, I told you guys I have an orchid that I've had for the last 5 years. This is the orchid. It's a Tolumnia. Yeah, she was a purchase from eBay back in, what would that be, 2015? So she used to be a lot bushier, and she kind of went through some things a few years ago, and I thought I was going to lose her, but she has bounced back. She has stayed the course, and she has continued to grow new leaves, and we have some new roots in there and they're coming out of the pot. But yeah, she stayed the course with me, so I'm definitely grateful. She really means a lot to me, so I really try to take care of her and make sure she's doing well. So under here, oh, I left out one more. This is another Twinkle. It's a bigger one. Let's see which one this is. It is, okay, it's a yellow Oncidium Twinkle. She's a little bit bigger than the ones that I have over there. Under here, I have a, no, I have a jewel orchid. This is the Biolacia discolor with her, I don't know if you can see it, I want you to see, yes, that coloration there, the sparkle in her leaves. Sorry, I'm shaking, guys. But she has that sparkle in her leaves, and this is a new one. So I actually have propagated this one twice now. This is a propagation here, this long one, and I cut it again, and I'll show you the newest propagation. It's in my living room, but this is an offshoot leaf of the propagation. So I'm trying to go for a bushier look. That's what I'm trying to do there. But I'll show you the other one. I'm propagating it with some water in my living room. All right, let's finish up on this tray because I have a few other things here. My Paphiopedilum. I have the Biolacia, the Alba version, as well as the original version, which is this one. And it produces this one produces a pink flower, the original, and of course the Alba version here produces the white. And then I have a newer path. I'm just say path because I'm struggling with that word today. This is a Madi type, so it will be a green flower when it is ready to bloom. It is blooming size, so I'm hoping it will do something for me. It does have a new leaf growing in there, so that's cool. And I have a Macotis, let's see, Patola, I believe. Yeah, there we go. Macotis Patola. And she is recovering, guys. Oh my. I thought I was gonna lose this one as well. She, you know, it was my fault. It was my fault. I just did not treat her very well. I was not giving her enough water. And then the medium that she was in originally, it was too drying. So I put it in some moss and she's been doing fine ever since. So I had a little wonky leaf right there, but you see these three that have come in are, you know, pretty good. They're small, but pretty good. Okay. And then finally on this shelf, I have a Bulbophyllum. Now this is a cross. I don't really know how to say that, but here it is. This is my first Bulbophyllum, and I think she's doing okay. Okay, I'll put that back later. She has a growth here. Let me see if I can, y'all see that? Like right here. Yeah. So I don't know if this is, I don't know what this is. So it's not supposed to flower for some time. So I am thinking it is another leaf, but it kind of, I don't know. Part of me is like, is it a leaf or is it, you know, trying to spike? I don't know. It doesn't really look like a spike, to be honest, because you know spikes are kind of more mitten shaped, and this is like a kind of sharp point shape. So I'm gonna go with the new leaf, but I'm excited either way to see it because it didn't do anything for me for a really long time, and now it is growing. So I'm super excited about that. That's a cute one. It's in a little 3-inch pot here. So yeah. Yep. So let's move over to my Cattleyas so I can show you what I have going on there. I have some Cattleyas and Vandas on my other shelf. Okay, so here we are on my other shelf. These are my, I'm gonna pull it down so you guys can see. Ooh, careful, careful. Okay, here we go. So these are the Cattleyas. Oh, my light just went out. Hold on, let me move to a better spot. All right, guys, so here we are in some better light. Sorry about my other lights going off. They're on a timer, so that was the end of the day for them. But let's start out first with, whoops. Oh, they're all mixed in here together, telling you these roots. All right, let's start out first with this Cattleya Walker. Let's see, what is it? Walker Rihanna is what it's called. Let me see if you can see that right there. This is her. She has some new growth there. I can't remember. There's some new growth right there too. I can't remember if this is a mini Cattleya or it's just a young plant. I can't remember, but but that's that one. And many of these I purchased from Hauserman's. You'll see that that's where I got them from. This is another one here that needs a repot. Let me show you her name. Right, so she's a cross LC Miss Wonderful with this Cattleya Harrisoniana Peloric. And I think this one's also a younger one, and it may be a mini also. I cannot remember. Like, I don't remember. Okay, now this I know is blooming size because that's what the owner said when I purchased it. And there's the name for that, and this is all with a Humilla Corolla. All right, so this one will have that blue flower. All right, that one I purchased off of Etsy, I believe. Here is another Hauserman orchid. This is a Cattleya Schilleriana. You can see the purple that comes out in this Cattleya. And so I do have some new growth on this one, but it's also a young Cattleya, so I don't expect to see any blooms for quite some time. And then I have a few Neos here. So this is a Neophenicia Falcata, which they can also go by Vanda Falcata. Another Neophenicia. This one, the larger one here, there's two in this pot. So there's one here and then this one right here. This larger one was purchased off of Etsy, and it was in flower when I purchased it. And those flowers smell so good. Oh my gosh, like so good. And there's beautiful white color, just like a nice creamy white, very pretty. Now this smaller one here, it was mounted and it wasn't doing that well, and so I decided to take it off the mount and put it in the same pot as this larger Neophenicia, and it's been doing a lot better since being in this sphagnum moss. It does need to be repotted as well. And then these are just some more. There's two growths in this pot. So yeah, so those are all my Neos and Cattleyas. All right, guys, so we are in the living room. This is the propagated Ludicea discolor that I was telling you about from the bedroom. And really, I think it's about ready to be placed in some other media because the roots are pretty long. And there's 3 of them in here. But yeah, I just propagated it in water and it's doing well. And then finally I have 2 Oncidium orchids here. This one is also a cherry baby. It's the Sweet Fragrance. Let me pull her up so you can see her. So she's a pretty good size. She's full of roots. Look at all those roots. Oh my word. I really need to repot this one as well because this sphagnum moss is getting pretty dark. And then this one is, I think this one's also a cherry. Let's see. Yeah, it's an Oncidium Heaven Scent, which is also a cherry baby. I love the cherry babies, obviously. And it says rainbow specifically. So this is a big girl in a 5-inch pot. Look at her. Woo. Yes. Yes. And so she is full of roots, as you can see as well. And I'll be changing out her sphagnum moss too this summer, I'm sure. So, but they dwell here in the living room, getting some, I have a southern, well, southwest facing window over here. So they get a lot of that light throughout the day. So, yeah. All right, guys, so finally I want to talk about my setup real quick with my orchids. I actually have all of my orchids on either like individual trays, like you see here. That's an individual tray that all those are on, or I have it set up on, like for these phals, I have them set up on an aluminum tray that I got from Dollar Tree. And the reason I have them set up in this way is because, like I mentioned earlier, I was not providing enough moisture for my orchids, and I realized that because they weren't doing anything for a really long time, and I realized that the medium was just always dry. Like I would water it, it would be wet, you know, for maybe 2 days, and then it was dry. So I realized I needed to provide a little bit more moisture, and so I ended up putting them on these trays so that they can suck up water from the bottom of the pots into their root system and stay wet a little bit longer. And plus it provides more humidity having them in a tray. And you know, we know orchids like humidity. As my lighting, y'all, let me show you these lights. I'm not gonna blind you, but let me just kind of take you down. So these lights are the Orchid Hobbyist lights, which I think now go by botanical LEDs. These lights were specifically made for orchids, and they have really proven to work well. I went ahead and took the plunge and purchased them because they are a little more on the expensive side, but they have really proven to do some work because I was not getting any spikes. I was not getting any major like leaf growth coming in or root growth coming in. And since I installed those lights, like I got these back in January of 2022, and since I've installed them, I've seen the most root growth, the most leaf growth, as well as, you know, having these spikes come through and continue to grow. Some of my orchids did come already spiked, but I wasn't seeing any progress in them. Like they weren't progressing to the next stage. But I've seen so much growth as a result of having these lights. And I'll do a separate video for the lights because I think I'm going to purchase some more for another shelf that I have. But they're not only good for, you know, orchids, they work with your houseplants as well, which I have a ton of. So that'll be for a separate video showing you the houseplants. But today's video is just to show you my orchid collection and how it's doing. And it's doing really well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you have any questions or comments, just leave them down below. And I will see you in the next video, guys. Be blessed. Bye.